Yes, greetings family, Bomani Tahimba. I'm here with my two good brothers and we're just continuing the dialogue on many things. We're here to talk about that popular movie Get Out, and we're here to give it a real conscious dialogue as far as what people like ourselves see it as the same old crazy madness that these white devils are doing, and us realizing that we need to get out of America, not just get away from this marrying white folks or dating white folks or just being around them. Like literally get out, get away, and build Africa. So our two brothers just watched this movie recently, and they're gonna give you their overview as far as what it means in that movie and things that symbolize what people like myself talk about as far as escaping America and why we should leave.
Yeah, like I just want to say first of all, like the TV in that movie was really symbolic, and like it will keep you from doing anything. Like literally, it will keep you from doing anything. And once he like stopped, you know what I'm saying? No, the first part was the TV from when he didn't do anything and his mom got killed and he was just sat there because the TV was hypnotizing, and that I think people don't really understand how harsh it is on the African mind, the subliminals, the subconscious things going on with that. It really does hypnotize our people, and it's time to like literally get out. Like I feel like they'll put a movie out like that to kind of like throw lowball shots to say, yo, go ahead and get out. So when I come and do you, I'd already told you to get out, so I can come through and slaughter your whole family, and it doesn't freaking matter because I told you to get out in the first place. So, I mean, that's what I got out of it.
Yeah, and another thing, I noticed that it was the actual stirring of the tea cup that actually put him in that trance. I think that was really symbolic of like, it's the little things that you wouldn't notice, like it might be stirring of the tea or, directing you, a slight of the eye or something like that. It's something that you're not really noticing, the subliminals and the media propaganda and the little sly remarks. And I noticed in the movie the little smiles and the catty disrespect and the low blows that you didn't see coming. Those things break us down over time, and the sneak disses that they do to really make you put your guard down. This is why we got to get out of America. You cannot, that passive aggressiveness, you can't really go on the physical offense when somebody is passive aggressive. It's that mind manipulation and the psychology that they're doing on us that we have to get away from. There's no, there's no mental jousting that we can do. We just got to get out of the vicinity of the people who's oppressing us, and that's what that movie was really saying.
Excellent. Let's dig into certain details of the actual movie, certain aspect of it. One of the part that I really enjoyed was the part when the brother finally got a chance. He finally killed all them crackers. I mean, it was like excited. He just was killing the damn enemy. It's like, and when he was on his way out in the vehicle, he had the other sister that was, like a maid, and he was, literally driving out, and the sister got pissed off at him because she was hypnotized in that trance to feel that she had a good life. Things were, that she was just happy, and she was just happy to be a servant. And that just reminds us, being on the plantation, and people like myself try to say, man, we're leaving the plantation and going to Africa to build a nation for ourselves. Man, our people turn around and lynch me. And it just shows you that same mentality that's attached to people on the plantation, that some people are so hypnotized that they just really just have that smile. Yes, sir, master. Yes, sir, master. Yes, sir, boss. And as we was talking about Nat Turner, and then when they started the revolution, the Uncle Tom was like, y'all done messed up now.
We did. Just
automatically dead.
So we basically say that without white folks, we're nothing. We will never survive without white people. That's what all of this is showing you.
Yeah.
So we have to, so you get to the point where you pick it up from that part of the movie and realize, and not everybody's gonna consciously, get this, but that's the fact. We sit here and we depend on our enemies, we depend on our oppressors instead of getting out.
Right.
Instead of we talking about those abusive relationships, instead of getting out, you maintain. You keep on thinking that tomorrow is gonna be a better day. My slave master is gonna treat me better. Sir Boss is gonna eventually bring me up to the big house and make me one of his own. Maybe marry his daughter, maybe marry the son, maybe marry into the family, maybe be a part of what they have for the future, And as we talk about earlier, we talk about all the time that you could be a black person and achieve the highest position, which in the military, or the highest position in general in the government or in America, as the president of this country, and then you still be a slave. You still be responsible to running around doing what white folks want you to do, pushing their agenda instead of doing what you need to do to help your own brothers and sisters. So it's another aspect of the movie Get Out that we talk about, that as long as you maintain and stay around in the system, you'll always be a pawn. Either you're going to be someone that's being used for your organs, you're going to be someone that's being incorporated into the mass incarceration system, or you're going to be someone that's a loyal slave on the plantation. All you're going to do is, like I remember some of these Uncle Toms I used to work with, every time you sit around and talk about anything, they run up on you, eavesdrop, oh master, or he's reading a book about black empowerment, oh master, they're having some talk about black people, oh master, they talking about going to Africa. Every time you turn around.
But then these are the same people that when some issues happen in the black community, or it may be a nationwide, attack on, the black child or anything, and these are the same people that run and complain and march and picket and say, "Oh, America is treating us bad." Well, why are you still here? Like,
absolutely, that's
it makes no sense that like in the movie, he's sitting there asking Rose, "Give me the keys, Rose. Give me the keys, Rose. Give me the keys, Rose." He should have been got out of there. You should have been.
You should have knocked her ass out and take the keys.
Why are you even asking Rose for the keys?
Yeah, it gets to a point where you're not really just running away. You're actually preserving your own life. It's like it's the rock in a hard place. I always think about it like that. But in that movie, you have other people that look similar to you that would give you this illusion that, hey, it's all good over here. If you wasn't really tuned in, you would think that, hey, this is the place where I need to be. Everybody's smiling and drinking and partying.
Everybody happy.
Yes, everybody's all happy, and it's really a twisted game that they are playing on our minds. But we gotta just tap into like understanding, like, hey, it's not like this everywhere. It's like you have to bring your understanding to a level to understand, like, hey, in Africa, you don't have to worry about racism because just about everybody's black. So you have a whole nother, you might have some other problems, but that's not one of them. You know what I'm saying?
You don't have to worry about the cops. You don't have to worry about white policemen pulling you out and shooting you for whatever excuse or reason that they say that they shot you for.
Exactly.
Because you don't have no white policeman that's gonna be dealing with you. You're gonna have people of your own peers. You're gonna be in your own culture.
Exactly.
You're gonna have people around you that has to be accountable if they're in law enforcement and things like that. You can't just. If you're in Ghana, you can't just shoot down young brothers and then that's what it is. It doesn't work like that.
It does not.
You're part of a culture, a community. But if you're just people from another culture and you just, it's what it is. But yeah, that's what these folks do. They just give, the system give the enemy license, open arms to the shoot, kill, and and ask questions later, or decide the fate of the person later after Yeah. But nevertheless, continue back into the movie and key parts of what you saw.
This is another thing that kind of like it jarred me, but then I was like, it's normal. You had the guys that the first guy, he was all into his body. Of course he was the grandfather in the black dude's body, but he was all worried about exercise and getting this whole thing. They did the whole Get Out challenge where the guy runs and then he makes the face. But then you had the woman, she's up there, and all she cared about is how she looked. You know, she's making her wig, she's doing her thing, and she stayed in the mirror or whatever. And that's all she really cared about. And that's, you know what I'm saying, a lot of these sisters right now, you know, they just on this vanity thing. So, I mean, I noticed in Ghana, the smart guys was the ones that everybody was checking for. It wasn't really the athletes. And then it wasn't really the necessary vanity chick that everybody was on. It was the chick that was more into her culture and her family and, you know, maintaining the Ghanaian way or the way that they do things. You know what I'm saying? They was the ones that was on a pedestal. And it's like, dude, over here we're living in it's European. Everything is Greco-Roman. It's like they built the web and they the spider, and we just hopped on their little grid. We're on their grid. Over there, it's black people's grid. You know what I'm saying? It's the way they wanted to live. So I feel like we could just jump in there, man. But we got to get out of here first, you know.
And the symbolism, because the old white lady was in the young black girl's body looking in the mirror. She wants to be like the sister. And the old white dude wanted to be the athlete, so he got into that dude's body and started running around. That was the to tell you they wish they could be what we are, but they want to marginalize us to be only that. And that's the problem. It's not that sisters aren't beautiful, but they marginalize them to be only physical, you know, specimens, and that's it. And so it's not that dudes are not good athletes, it's you marginalize them and tell them that's all you can be as a good athlete. And so if you get out, you can be whatever you feel like is possible for you to be. You can live out your full potential. Like a lot of these athletes and beauty queens, after their looks fade or they get injured, they're nothing. And that shouldn't be. You know, you get over here, you can be, you know, your full potential self. And that's why you got to get out. I mean, that's just the whole point.
Any other aspect of the movie you guys want to share, as you have been giving some good points?
I just hate the fact that it became just about this old black dude dating a white girl type situation. It's so much deeper than that, and the ancestors were speaking the whole time I was watching the movie. It was real, you know. I felt like it was a spiritual thing for real, just to let us know, yo, it's time, you know. Forget Donald Trump. Forget all that crap, man. Get out. Like, straight up. I mean, get out.
And people who have eyes to see and ears to hear actually caught that. Like, it was a cultural phenomenon regardless of, you know, what people took from it. But I think the media is pushing this, all black men shouldn't date white women, to just, you know, twist our minds to not look at the subliminal message of, hey, what is this movie actually telling you? How many times should that brother have darted out of that house when he saw all those crazy things happening? This is what we're telling you. We seeing kids getting shot and girls getting abducted and, you know, all the weather that's going on around here and just craziness going on. It's time to leave Babylon. I mean, so if people don't understand that, then, you know, you weren't watching the same movie I saw.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the level of consciousness you have to have. It's like, I feel it's a simple movie for you to get more than what it's talking about as far as relationships and things like that, or more than what people see it as. It's a nice entertainment movie, which is very, you know, give you a cool ending where the black guy actually wins, and you know he slaughters his enemy, and him and the other black guy that come and save him are, you know, they're winners. But it's even funny when you have the other brother. It's you usually have one or two conscious brothers that's always tell you, man, you know. But the only thing is telling the brother is to not go in the house.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? I think I'm trying to remember if he told him to not date the white girl and be careful of certain things. Did he tell him to not date the white girl?
I don't think so, because he already knew.
It's what it is. He's just trying to trying to just let him know that, you know, you have to be careful about going to their homes and going off and certain things. And you know, it might be funny to people when they're watching the movie and everything, that you go somewhere and the person took you to their parents' house and you got hypnotized, and you're either going to be used as an organ, you know, for your organs, or being used as for sex, or being used as a slave in the house, or or being used. And those are some of the obvious things that you can naturally you see in the movie based on other people that were hypnotized and everything. But it's you looking at it and connecting it in the modern day sense. On is this really going on? Is there a groups of white folks out there, organizations, or the system itself that put things in place to just literally psychologically confuse you and literally hypnotize you to where you go out there and your goal is to Tom and Uncle Tom and Coon and sell out and and do some of the things that some of the Uncle Toms used to do back in the days when we were trying to escape from the plantation and tell the master about what was going on and then mess up the revolution. And it's these are the madness of what you're dealing with. And some people get certain basic aspect of it, but I'm saying go beyond that and think about all those things and really compare it to what the hell is really going on. And it's symbolizing even that keyword, get out.
Get out,
get out, because our brother had many chances to get out, just like we are as a people. Once things were cleared up to where we can, be in a mindset to where we can build business for ourselves and things like that. We should have really stuck with that, doing for ourselves instead of just buying into, that everything that white folks produce and do is better and caught down into that. So that's part of the whole get out phenomenon, is that you're hypnotized in a world full of this white madness. You have an accident on the road, the white police officer stopped you, even though maybe the white lady driving, or maybe that she's the reason why you really need to stop the vehicle. You end up seeing a black person there, so the police naturally go over and start talking to the black person.
Right.
And it just also symbolizes you the madness of this, how jacked up the system work. And I'm always speaking more for brothers in the sense of how long are you black men in this country gonna really put up with the stupid shit that we put up with every day?
All the time.
I'm surprised brothers are not committing suicide and blowing their brains out on a record base because of the stupid shit you have to deal with. You could be the most educated, intelligent black man with all the certification degrees and qualifications and do your best you can do, and then you still have a life where your life is possessed with you running around and doing and making this nation richer and not really doing for yourself, making, building your own happiness and really building a family structure. We went into details about why the system is jacked up and how it benefits from our oppression, and that's what people really have to get. And that's what the movie is really telling you. The system is benefiting from your oppression. Your organs are worth more to us, you dead than you living. You are worth more to us running around on a basketball court than being here sitting with Bomani Technology and plotting out nation building moves and about repatriation. So the system just uses us as much as it can to where we can't focus and do anything else.
And if you notice, like, that sunken place is the African. You're smaller than you are. You're inside your own mind, and you can't do anything about what's happening on the outside.
Yeah.
That's the African screaming that you're in your sunken place. So yeah, that's one of the things about that movie. Like, us as Africans, we gotta get that little person that's in the inside, bring him out big.
Yeah, that's the movie. Go check out AfricaForAfricans.org. You know what I'm saying? And follow this, like and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? And just keep up with us. We're going back home.
Absolutely, family, and definitely appreciate our brothers sharing all these details, and I hope we didn't lose you too much on all these things that we talk about. But we want you to open up your minds and get out that box that these devils put you in, so they can get rich and rape you. So family, check us out and link us, and we keep it strong.